Yeah, welcome you all. Welcome to another day of PM Agile BA Scrum, and we'll continue from where we had left off. And before we begin, let's quickly revise our quick code of honor. That's quite mandatory because the outcome of this is yet to be seen from you all. As you all know, that Agile is full of ceremonies, and that demands you to be live, show up live, be on time, remain punctual, and be highly committed. In case you are not practitioner of it, considering this training itself as a project will let you and help you to practice it, so that once you get placed will be quite easy for you to demonstrate that. And it is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything. That's the reason it will be quite easy for you to replicate once you get placed. You chose to learn, you became a student, but we wanted you to be the full stack student who does all the assignments, be it said or unsaid. We are looking forward for you to submit them, do self research, and repeat what they learn. And in case you complete all these, what is asked, it's quite easy for you to hit the success and you can take the full responsibility of that. But when you don't, you may hit the failure, and you need to take the full responsibility of that as well. Why? Because when you take the responsibility of the failure, you will introspect, you will analyze your own self, knowing that what went wrong, and you would realize that few activities which were supposed to do you could not do that. So you acknowledge that, you embrace that, and when you accept it, then you may go back and correct it. And when you go back and correct it, you hit back to the success again, and then you would realize failure was not a failure, that became trail to the success. So that's the reason, please take the full responsibility of both the elements, finish what you start to hit the success, and don't even begin when you want to hit the failure. So these are the outcome of what you did or you did not do. While you do so, it really requires a concrete mindset. The very first one is lean Kaizen, that means continuous improvement. And for that, you need to inculcate the learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free in a way that you can deliver any project even with the stringent timeline and with the lack of resources. And more you can do that, you will find yourself you are growing more in gratitude in a way that um, uh, you can uh, enhance your productivity, and by getting soaked into more gratitude. While you do so, remember to be the giver, keeping ego away on the path of learning that makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. And when I say spiritually grounded, it means your happiness level enhances, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. While you do so, remember that you are not here just to earn more, just not learn, but also to earn more. And uh, it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of, and for that very reason, you are encouraged to give away 5% or 10% of your earning to the causes wherever you believe in. And in case you are not earning, can you have at least intention that when you will getting placed, or when you will start working, can you give away 5% or 10% of earning to the any causes you think that you consider. And that could be feeding hungry children, or donating to all orphanages or old age home, or even to temple, church, mosque, or gurdwara. Why? Because when you give, you grow; when you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that none of you are here for the survival, but for the growth. And while you do so, continue to appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even it doesn't seem that initially it is helping you out and letting you grow with it, continue to do so, because ultimately it is the universal law that says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. And while you do so, remember, when you start your day, start with the highest level of receptivity. And for that very reason, I have already spoken about, 30 days challenge. Please do participate by enrolling into that taking this challenge for non-stop 30 days, you will be amazed to see that how every single outcome of every single activity on daily basis is impacting positively to your day-to-day activities. And while you do so, remember that any learning, if you wanted to do for that, always apply this four step that comes with the four easy steps under golden quadrant of learning. That's the proven formula, has worked for hundreds of my students, will definitely work for you. So please use it. uh, Here first and second we do it here, third and fourth you are supposed to do it at your own pace, at your own place. So we'll do declaration with the anchor and then take a deep dive into deep learning, and after 24 hours using pen and paper you draw it. You can using pen and paper, and you can draw like this, and once you are done drawing, then you summarize it in a way that 5 years old can understand in less than 90 seconds of video maximum, or up to 3 minutes of video maximum. Okay, and while you do so, you need to remember why we are doing the declaration, why we are putting the anchor. The entire science behind is already explained to you in the previous sessions, in the very first day session. Please refer to that. So let's continue with the declaration with the anchor. So what will be the anchor? I'll be counting one, two, three, and clap. That's the self hi-fi you heard just now on your speaker. You are going to model it, and after that we are going to declare so the selected statement on your screen. Please unmute yourself and say yes if you all can read the selected statement on your screen, everyone, so that you can model me.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
kindly model
Yes.
me now. One, two, three, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a
I'm a
quick
quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
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 others
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 can
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 learn and
learn
learn
and
and
master,
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 I too can do that.
I
I
too
too
can
I
can
do
do
too
that.
that.
can do that.
One more time with me. One, two, three, and clap and repeat. Because I'm a quick learner,
Because
Because
I'm a
I'm a
Because
quick
I'm
quick
a
learner,
quick
learner,
learner,
today's learning is going to be
today's
today's
learning is
today's
going to
learning
learning
is
is
be
going
going
to
to
be
be
super duper easy to me.
super
super
duper
super
duper
easy.
easy
easy
to
to
me.
me.
Yes, it is going to be because you said so. And in case any one of you might have found that this is just give me a second, guys. In case you might have not done it, so remember to follow the fifth code of honor. And how we are going to remain connected generally every Sunday and Monday for technical session at 10 p.m. EST. Tuesday and Thursday you must attend the RRP session. That's the gateway for your placement. It enhances your visibility, credibility, as well as your marketability. Wednesday you do the assignment from the learning of Sunday, and Thursday, Friday you do the assignment from the learning of Monday. Saturday you can choose to relax, have a breather day, or do your own research work, or repeat whatever you wanted you have learned, or prepare any question that you want answer on the next technical session, that is on Sunday. Having said so, let's continue. And we were looking at sprint review, if you all remember that. Do you all remember that? Yes,
Yes.
no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So we had looked at sprint review, and we will be getting into. Uh, just allow me a few seconds. Prerna, very good morning. I have dropped a message to you. If you can look at it and respond to it, will be great. So, yeah, that was a quick message to Prerna I passed. And let me share my screen, guys. Yeah. So, here is definition of done. May I invite someone of you to read the bottom line of this slide, please? Go ahead.
DoD is shared understanding within the Scrum team on what it takes to make your product increment releasable.
Yeah, that's a brilliant question, right? So the question is that what makes your uh, team really, what makes your product incrementally releasable? When we say releasable, um, that's a
Hey, hi
tricky
Gaurav.
question.
I just
Yeah,
read your message. Give me a minute. I'm just starting my laptop.
sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
I'll ping you once done.
Yes, yes, done. So, meanwhile, while Prerna is coming up, I wanted to ask you, tell me that what do you think? What will make your increment releasable? And on what basis you will decide, okay, now I am ready to release this particular sprint? You don't need to answer right now. Before we continue to begin, you need to answer me more. Okay. And there is one question. When we say done, it means releasable. So there are few questions, and the answer is only one. So when you are going to launch a rocket, what does it take for the rocket to launch? What does it take for the service manager to call the customer for delivery for of his her vehicle? And what does it take for doctor to say the surgery is success? And what does it take for development team to put the product into production? It means that before these activities happen, when it is said that okay, so you might have seen even before we decide, the scientists decide to launch the rocket, they confirms with something, okay, that okay, can it be done? When service manager calls you and before handing over the vehicle, he ensures that everything is good good to go, and then he hands over the vehicle to you. So what they refer before confirming that it is done? Who can give the answer?
Acceptance criteria.
Okay, that's good. But what else? Uh,
Functionality.
Okay, see, uh, when you are launching the rocket, you can't say during that time, okay, acceptance criteria has met, so launch the rocket. The doctor can't say acceptance criteria has met, launch let's call it surgery is success. Only development team can say that. But what should be the common name to all those
It's
where these people can say, okay, it is done? Yeah, someone was trying to say something.
yeah, it's the definition of done, like whatever you
Okay,
think
so
that
do
it's
you
done.
see that? So do you mean to see that these scientists will say that definition of done is met? So let's launch the rocket, or doctor will say definition of done is met. Let's call this surgery a success. What will be a common thing even the vehicle during the vehicle handover? It can be said, okay, now I'm handing over you the vehicle because the job is done. So what they refer to?
Check the functionality if it's working fine.
Okay. So do you see that all these people will check the functionality? They say, hey, I have checked the functionality. I'm looking for a common term. You are very close. Okay. Uh,
Trial, or in the rocket launch, they do first trial.
okay.
Testing,
So tell me again.
no,
Performance.
like
No, so
Confidence,
what all these people will refer before calling it the task is done?
satisfaction.
What they will refer? Will they refer satisfaction?
the
Kind of, they will
documentation
get
where it
the
says,
Come again. I missed that.
oh, I was saying the documentation where it says, so when something is,
What you
officially,
can call that document in a layman term where all these people will refer and call this document with one name?
oh
What
my
could
God,
be?
silo.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Print.
What do you say?
it's the
Release
booklet kind of
document.
thing you are saying, referring to.
What point? See, it's okay. Okay, Shruti has some answer. Shruti, you can speak up. Shruti can speak up, or someone, if you can read, you can speak up. Yeah, that's the checklist, right? So everyone can call that a particular document as a checklist. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Possible?
yeah.
Even during the rocket launch, everyone will refer to that document checklist. So done, 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 done. Everything can be marked as done. Everything can be marked as a checked, and then it can be delivered. Right? Do you think the commonality that these all can be called as done?
Mm-hmm.
When they will refer that it is checked and they are releasing it. doable, acceptable, and movable, right? Yes or no?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
brilliant. Now, the same thing will happen with this, what do you call? Wait a second. Yeah. So same thing is called with the development team as well. Now here, when you are releasing with the highest quality, you have to make sure certain item has everything has been marked as done and checked. What comes under this? So anything which is to be marked as done before delivering has to agree amongst all the team member. See, if it is one's job, one person, the mechanic can hand over because he is the one person who has looked at it. So he does not need to refer to someone else's checklist. But here in when it comes to IT, when it comes to software delivery, not only just engineering team is working, Scrum Master, product owner, everyone is responsible. Scrum Master will make sure that every engineering team has moved their work to the done. Okay, he has to give the confirmation. Allow me some. He,
Hey, hi, Gaurav. I have joined. Yeah. Please share control.
yeah. Can you take from
Yes.
this slide, please, for
Yes,
my?
yes. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Please take break. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, we are trying to understand what exactly done means. Okay. As the word in English simply means something is completed, something is done and dusted, something is not incomplete. But in Agile, it has some further meaning that when we say done, that means all the stakeholders, all the team members who are involved, everybody working on that, I would say, piece of work should agree upon that this is completed. Okay. So, who are the parties which should agree? The first and foremost is engineering team, that is our development team or Scrum team. Second is Scrum Master, and third is product owner. Now, you may ask that they all are from the same team. Why we are saying that they all should agree? So, everybody has their own point of view and their own, I would say, thought process or their own way of work. For engineering team or for development team, developing, testing or ensuring the functionality is working fine, that is their, I would say, concern or that is their area of expertise. Okay. But whereas for product owner, ensuring that the work is being done as per the client requirement, ensuring that it is taken up as per the customer priority, ensuring that we are completing sprint goal on priority. By the way, sprint goal is everybody's responsibility. It's not only product owners. But then from completion point of view or from concern point of view, product owner will always consider customer requirements on the top priority along with the development team's work. Okay. And for Scrum Master, everything that we discuss in our meetings, in our planning meeting, what is a sprint goal, what is development team saying, everything matters. And that is why all the parties have to confirm that, okay, this is done. Okay. Let us understand that in detail yet. Give me a second. Okay. So now to ensure that something is done, we have to check the following. Yes. So can I request 4 different people to read out the 4 points mentioned? What are the I would say pointers that needs to be completed?
The first one
What
is
is
user
that?
story.
Second one is
Go ahead.
co-deployment.
Third
Perfect.
one is
Third is?
release. Release.
Yes.
Fourth is sprint.
Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So we are saying user story, code deployment, release and sprint. Now, all of you, from your point of view, okay, from your understanding till now, or maybe from your prior experience, can you tell what each word means?
User story is one functionality, or and it could be a
The
Yes, yes,
requirements.
go ahead. You're on the
is
right track. Right track. Go ahead.
Sorry about that.
No, you were absolutely on the right track. Go ahead. Anybody else
Okay.
wants to try? Yeah. I was on mute. Sorry, I was speaking, but I
No,
forgot I
my
was on mute.
dog
So you
just
were,
started barking.
yeah.
Code
Go ahead.
development is when you are working on the actual development of a functionality. Release is
Mm-hmm.
release is once the code is done and the testing is done. You
Mm-hmm.
have the code in the production, and then sprint is we have these number of days where you have to have that functionality done, or you work on a certain functionality during that time.
Sita, you have worked in IT, right?
Yeah, not that much, but a little bit.
But that shows while you're explaining. So absolutely right. Very well said. Basically, all these are important elements while we work in agile framework or agile methodology. So let's learn them in detail and in a very simple manner. So what is a user story? User story is basically I think Gaurav has recently taught about epic or what is an epic. So what happens? Customer gives their requirement and product owner kind of mentions or takes all those requirements, and I would say those are documented with the help of BA, and those entire very big chunk or set of requirements is called as an epic. Okay, as the word suggests, epic. Epic is huge. Epic is big. From that epic, workable task level requirements are taken out. Okay, so for example, if your epic is cook a 3-course meal. Okay, you have guests coming over, or you have a party at home on coming Sunday, and your epic, the requirement is cook a 3-course meal. Okay, so now you would say, okay, this is a epic, but then what? Then if I tell you guys, as a project, you have to cook a three I would say course meal. So will you have any question, or you will go ahead and start cooking? Tell me if I tell you. If I tell you to cook a 3-course meal, what should be your reaction? This is a question for everyone.
Should we
follow up
cook?
with more
What are the
questions.
items to be
More
cooked?
questions. What to cook?
Yes. So giving you a very high level requirement does so giving you a very high level requirement doesn't work, though you understand that we have a task, we have a major requirement or task in hand, but we do not know what to work on, right? So that is what helps us to plan sprint, that we have to break down these epics into user stories, and user stories are generally turned into small tasks, or they are the actual requirements that needs to be worked upon. Okay, so those are basically, so now if I tell you, like assuming we are like say 5 people. So I'll tell you, okay, one person you can make soups, one person soups and salads, one person can take care of desserts, one person can take care of dining and arranging and everything, or buying groceries, one person can take care of cutting, and one person should be taking care of all the beverages and other things. Okay, so 5 people, 5 tasks I have given. Now are you clear with what you want to do, or you need more explanation? Be honest.
No, it's clear.
Okay, though it's clear, but I have not given a detailed menu still. But still, it is better than the earlier requirement. Yeah. See, there are
Yes.
levels of depth or levels of details. Okay. First, I just gave you a very okay. That's nice. Very high level brief. Then I told you. Then I told you to do something. But then you would be asking what kind of menu I would make, or what kind of beverage we have, and what is the timeline that we are looking at. So all these questions should come, and those questions ultimately are the way to find answers, or are the way to implement things. Okay, so when as a product owner, scrum master, these all details are provided, that forms the requirement, or that forms the user story. So now the development team knows what they have to work on, and and then they start working on it. Okay, once the development team is working on development, they are implementing, they are one second, they are once they're developing, they are working on the code and requirement, and then that part is taken care of. They are done with their functionality testing, everything, and then the release comes in. As Shweta rightly mentioned, release means all the functionality and code that we have developed at your development setup, at your development environment, that will be transferred to the customer environment. Or right now, when I'm only able to work on the development, and the customer is not able to look at the work, but when I transfer the when I transfer the environment, or when I change the environment, even the customer can check the code, check the functionality. It can be a website, it can be a web application, or anything. That also they can check. That is called as a release. And last but not the least, as we all know, sorry. Last but not the least, that we all know, sprint. Sprint is a way we implement Agile. It is a time boxed event wherein you'll have 2 to 4 weeks, wherein you will have to implement all the requirements, user stories given by the customer, and as per the sprint goal, we will implement that. So when we say definition of done, that means all the committed or planned, or items, or the sprint goal that we had mentioned earlier that we need to complete, is that completely done, or completely handed over to customer, or is there anything pending from our end? Okay, that is what the question is. So that is why whenever we say definition of done, if somebody just happens to ask you what is definition of done, or how we calculate it, or how we know it, you can always say we have to look at these 4 things and understand that okay, this is all completed. Okay, any doubt in these points, guys? All these 4 points, anyone?
No.
Good.
No, thank you so much. Let us move on to next point then. Okay, now let us understand which are the components of DoD.
Prerna, I'm back. If you want, I can take it a few times, and then I can request to
Is
rejoin
it
later.
okay if I continue?
Yeah, please,
Because I'm
please.
in the flow, so you can
Sure,
take a
sure.
break, and maybe after some time, whenever you are
Not a
comfortable, you
problem.
can
I
check. Yeah.
messaged you as well. Yeah, you can. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. No, God, I'm so sorry. I was not checking my phone.
That's
I'm
okay.
on
That's okay.
laptop,
You
and
continue. Yeah, no
yeah,
problem.
yeah. Okay, super. Thanks. So what are the main components of DoD? Okay, when we say DoD, that is definition of done. What are the how it is formed, or how we say that it is completed, how we say the work is completed. So now there are three main components. Can I request any one person to read out all the 3 points?
Yeah, three main components of DoD: business or functional requirements, quality, non-functional requirements.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading it out. So we are saying first thing, business or functional requirement, that we all just discussed, requirements, what was the epic, and user stories were from were formed from that environment. Yeah. Then the quality, and the last but not the least, non-functional requirement. Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, everybody is aware of that is all the work given by the customer that we need to work upon. That is the requirement, that is the functionality. It can be about a website, about a web application, about a desktop application, about any I would say product, it can be, so that we all understand. Second is quality. Okay, now you tell me, if you've ordered per se, okay, you've ordered some furniture, maybe a dining table, okay? You've ordered a dining table and it gets delivered, but then you say it's kind of, dangling. It is not steady. It is shaking, or it's I would say, it's pillars, below the dining table. They are not steady. So would you continue with that dining table? Would you like that dining table, or you would complain and return that? What would you do?
Return that.
Why? What would you say? What would you say?
It was a damage, right?
Yeah, but your first and foremost response would be
Quality is not
Quality is
good.
not good.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
quality is not good.
And
Sorry.
this goes for everything, for food, for clothing, for furniture, for any item, for anything that you want to use, to have in your home, to have in your business, even that, for that matter, raw material while cooking also. If we do not get proper like if you are getting vegetables and they are like rotten, or they are not fresh, we say the quality of produce is not good. So quality is the most important element. And then you may ask that how the quality is measured in this, how the quality is measured while working on the requirement. So the simple and most important or effective way is, while working on the functionality, if we see that there are many open bugs, like the code is not running properly while you're surfing or checking the application, there are some bugs, there is some unexpected errors, or even the functionality itself, which was supposed to work, that is not working. In such scenario, we can say that the quality of work is not good. Sometimes when our internet is little, I would say, unsteady, or it is not working fine, and then that's why you're trying to open maybe Gmail or Facebook or maybe your banking account, and it takes a longer period of time, right? It takes maybe a couple of more seconds than it usually does. Yes or no? If you do not have a steady internet, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So same way, imagine if you have a website that you're using and it is taking that much amount of time for every click or every new, we call it as a web page, while you're clicking on any other options, and it is taking that much amount of time, say 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Will you wait for that much time for every page to load, or you'll get irritated and say it's really not working properly, it's very slow? What would you do?
Yeah, I get very irritated.
Thank you so much with a very practical and honest response. Yes, we will not, right? Because our response time is very low. We do not spend much time on any web page, and then that is how it should be, right? Because internet speed is fast, and if you're done your development or coding properly, There should not be this much time to load. Okay, so that is what these kind of parameters come in quality. When we say quality, that means again a bug-free code, a good quality code, a code written with uh, I mean, say the the coding standard should be good. There should not be any infinite loops. There should not be any global variables. There should not be any unwanted functionality. There should be proper commenting. All this needs to be done, and ultimately, when we follow this, we can say the quality of code or quality of application is good. Okay, and this is about quality. Last but not the least, non-functional requirements. Okay, now tell me, what is non-functional requirement? What do you think? Functional requirement, we all know the functionality that we're looking at. Like if we are working on a website, then if it is a banking website, we should have login, user ID and password page wherein you uh, where you put in your credentials, and then you should log into your home page, or then then you should have your home page, all the account details of your particular bank account should be there. If you have RD, FD, those details. What is your if you want to see your past transactions, those should also be available, so that can also be seen. If you have any pay added, those should be there and listed out. So all these details should be there, and this coding this or writing this into your application is functional part, right? So I gave you a detailed example of what is functionality. So now, what is a non-functional requirement? When we say that these are non-functional, so we basically, that means you can't look at that functionality. So what is that?
The performance.
Performance of it.
Very well said. Performance. May I know what do we understand by performance?
So, how let's say the application is working, how easy it is to use, how, smooth
Mm-hmm.
the operation is, and, yeah, exactly. So how smooth the operation is, how smooth and how easy to
User
use.
friendly,
Yeah, user friendly.
Okay.
and
Okay,
how
you
much
all are
load
right.
it can take.
Oh,
Look
yes,
and
yes.
feel.
I was looking at this kind of keywords. Yes. Load means, when you say load,
Like too many people are using at the same time. How it
very
takes.
well said. Very well said. Now, do we have any idea how many people simultaneously use Facebook or use Gmail simultaneously? Maybe, in millions, maybe close to billions. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Maybe not billions, but at least in millions. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
that is what is your point. I thank you so much for raising that. So yes, load is one of the critical. I'm not saying other points are not right, but that is one of the critical. Again, the other points were user friendly. Yes, I mean, as a naive person, as a layman, as a non-technical person, you should know how to use your application. This should be easy, simple. Like, we have words like home, contact us, excuse me, these kind of scenarios. Okay. So we got load, we got performance. Performance again means if you're clicking something, that should be readily available. There should not be too much of a waiting period. Yes. What about other points? Yeah. So we got load, we got performance, we got ease of use or user friendliness. What more you think you can think of? Go ahead.
Security.
Yes, I thank you so much. But security in what form? There are multiple ways of security. Thank you for saying security, but what kind of security? Mm-hmm.
So
Think. We all know this
yeah, nobody hacks the system in
Yeah,
layman.
hacking them.
very well. Yes. Nobody hacks the system. And when we say hacking, that means hacking has multiple ways. Even I'm not an expert in hacking, but what are the basic ways is, first of all, your website will be down. or your application will be down. Down, when I say down, down means you are not able to access it. Okay. You remember, I think not recently, but a couple of years back, okay, Facebook was kind of down for a couple of hours or like many hours. Are you aware? And
Yes.
that
Yeah.
resulted in such a backfire. I mean, Facebook lost so much of revenue, and then there were after rumors or slash news that all the Facebook data is leaked, and so all these things happening. So basically, when your application or when your product is not working, it is not functioning as per the expectation, you lose on the credibility. Okay. There is a threat that all the details available in the application that can be stolen, or that can be I would say misused by the wrong people or wrong organization. Last but not the least, again, there is a data security. Like, we call it a database, like all your bank details, especially your user ID, not password. Password is always encrypted, so nobody can actually go and read your password from database, but your user ID or maybe other details, your security questions and all that, those are saved in the database, right? So even there are hackers, or there are these I would say bad people, or people who are there to just create trouble. They can even hack your database, and by the way, data is the new currency. So having multiple data, and I'm not an expert, but they say that there are things like that. I think it is the dark web, and there are things where data is being sold over internet, all that. I'm not sure how it works, but this was some bit of information I've got, and then I don't research much into it. But then, as we say, as there is good, there can be evil, and there are bad things happening as we, keep getting their webs. And now, recently, I personally haven't heard this, but earlier, when if some new organization or new company or new bank or new new set of people, or they have their websites or application there, they were quite prone to these kind of attacks. We call them cyber attacks as well. But now we are at a better shape. There are more security functionalities, but then as a person we should know that. That is why we always say that do not put anybody's this external pins, or what do you call it, USB devices in your laptop. You get viruses. You do not we do not even encourage people to use public Wi-Fi's, because there can be a mechanism that somebody can hack into or connect to your systems. I'm not sure how do they do that, but it can be done. That is what I'm aware of. Okay, so we have to be very vigilant and very careful. Okay. So these are all the some of the features of non-functional requirement, that we have discussed in detail, and out of this, I would say security and performance. These are very important. Again, scalability. You had mentioned that how many people can log in at the same time. If you have a website, say if you're selling your handcrafted materials, imagine you're a potter, like not Harry Potter, but potter. You're just really like making all those pots and other items, and then you wanted to have it in online presence, so you created a website. So you shared that website with your friends and family, and all of a sudden that website is not working. So you realize that at time 100 people, started to access it, but then you realize that my website was not properly built. It should have the capacity to take care of 100 user requests at the same time. Okay, so that is one. Again, maintainability means if today your website is being developed, even after 5 years, that code should be sustainable. Other developers or other people can work on them. The website should be up and running. You know how long Facebook is still there? I mean, I don't know when it started. I keep getting my memories from 15 years back, and I joined Facebook comparatively late. I mean, I did not join when it was launched, maybe 1 or 2 years late. So, any idea when Facebook was launched? Let us check. So, Facebook was launched in 4th of February 2004, and now today we are at end of 2024. So how many years, guys, in total, roughly?
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years, and in Feb it will be 25. So in
Yeah.
Feb it will be 21. So
Yeah.
imagine how long it is there. If somebody was born after 2004, Facebook is older than them, you know. So that is what. So and then how many accounts Facebook have? How many people use at the same time? How much data Facebook has? Remember all. That is what is one of the, I would say, iconic and important example of non-functional requirement. Let us go ahead. Okay. Now, what all we learned right now, we'll go in detail here, but we've already discussed that, so we can, brush through it, not an issue. Okay. So, additional details that emerge through conversations when we speak about business or functional requirement. So I'll read a story template. Story template is in a way user story is written. So as a, then we write the user or actor who is doing. I want, so for example, as a customer or as a bank user, as a bank customer, okay, I want what I want to access my bank account. Okay. So as a what? As a actor means or user means what is your role? So my role is I'm a bank customer. Okay, so I'll write as a customer, as a bank customer. I want what I want to access my bank account online. Okay, so that I can check my balance and I can make my payments. Okay, so this is how you write a simple user story. Okay, what are the other points that is mentioned here? Okay, can I request someone to go one by one? We'll just breeze through that. Okay, additional details, go ahead.
Acceptance criteria, business rules, workflows,
Yes,
mockups,
yes.
algorithms, data points, etc.
Thank you so much for reading it out. So, these all details are related to a requirement and they're very straightforward. No much, I mean, there should not be any much hype about it. So I'm just going one by one. So first of all, acceptance criteria means when you're working on an application, when you're developing that, when you're working on the requirement, what is the basic minimum requirement the customer has given you? Like for example, for Facebook, the acceptance criteria is first of all, you should have a username and password. Yes or no? Yes, if you do not have that, you will not be able to access Facebook, right? Because you won't have your account and then you can't check somebody else's account and stuff like that. So what is the bare minimum that needs to be done? Okay. Now business rules means for same example, for banking example, what can be business rules? Business rules should be okay that the customer who is logging into the bank account should have an account with the particular bank. Like if you have an account with HDFC Bank, then you will HDFC Bank website, right? You will not open ICICI Bank, or you will not open SBI, or you will not open, I would say, Citibank, right? So that's one of the very simple rule that the customer should belong to that bank. Then that customer should also have particular details with them, like they should know their account numbers, though it will be available, or they should know their user ID with which they are logging in. Okay, so these are all basic business rules, what they can see. Can they cannot transfer per se more than 50,000 rupees in one day, just hypothetical I'm saying. Okay, so all these things are like bank rules. What is the capping for NEFT? What is the capping for IMPS? What is the capping for RTGS? So all that things are also mentioned. Okay, that is a business rule. Workflows means how the data is flowing, that can be diagrammatically shown. That can be diagrammatically shown. And you can have diagrams, you can have start points, you can have end point, you can actually have diagrammatically show how the entire process works. Okay. Next is mockups. Now mockups is in a way that it's just like basically it's like a software designing pattern that in simple page you can show how the overall system works but without the functionality. Like you can see that there is a user, there is a functionality, there is a login. And there'll be simple words mentioned, but then you won't have the functionality. So basically means like if we have a Facebook mockup, that means you will have a square page. Okay, mockup is basically a level of design. Okay, so you'll have a page, a square page, and then and the right hand side there will be a logo. Then in the middle you can have two boxes, and on top you can write login, and then you can have user ID and password in simple drawing format. So mockups are basically a simpler design format, though mockup also have different degrees and different versioning. But right now it's understanding that how we used to draw a house as a toddler or as a kid. I mean, somewhere we still draw it the same way, like four pillars and one roof and maybe a window and a home. Yes, oh sorry, a door. Did you draw a house like that or no?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, many of us, or rather, I won't lie, I still do that. I mean, that's one of my easiest way to draw. So yes, so same way, so that's a mock-up for a house. Okay, a real house doesn't look like that, right? But then if we look at that image, we can say, oh, you've drawn a house. If some kids do that, so that is a mock-up for this. Okay. Algorithms and data points goes hand in hand. So basically algorithm, now this is a little technical part. Algorithm means whatever logic you have in your application, whatever things that you need to work on, those are all, marked as, or these are all mentioned as in the form of algorithm. That means the functionality that we want, that is all explained, or that is all defined with the help of algorithms. Okay. Now, last but not the least, data points. And data points means all the data that we have in our application, all the, I would say, text, all the, all the coding related points. That is all mentioned. How well it is mentioned. Sorry for the voice. How well it is mentioned. That is what we call it as a data point. So basically, how you are mentioning all the work, or this is a little technical point, okay? As a BA or maybe as a functional expert, you might not be, very versed in that, but then it's okay. There is no harm in knowing. So what we are saying that it is a piece of information, or it is a detailed information where we, have details like for example, when you write username, okay? Can you put anything as a username, or is there any limitations? Like, there has to have at the rate, or there should not be any other symbols than at the rate, or can you put a hash in your username, or can you put any plus or minus sign in your username? Tell me.
No.
No. Okay. Can you have multiple blanks in your password? Like while, like for example, if your password is password at the rate blank, 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 can you have that? Or that will, or you will get an prompt stating, please, the password should be minimum this side. There should not be any blank. There should not be any, I would say, extra symbols. Do we get some alert or no?
Yes, we
By
do.
setting a password. Yes. Okay. So that is with respect to data points. So it is all been taken care of. Okay. Also, in that text box where you put in password and user ID, cannot you cannot enter any image, or you cannot copy. Even in most of the banking application, you cannot copy paste details, right? You have to you have to enter your data or your details by typing, right? So you cannot even copy paste. So these are all the points that we need to be aware of, right? Gaurav, are you there? Would you like to continue from here? This is one of your favorite examples to go ahead with.
Yeah, sure. I can
Yeah.
take it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I think you also got a very bad throat for a couple of days. Yes.
Yeah. So
I hope you're
October, November,
taking
December
care.
are quite, you know,
Tough.
yeah, cold prone to me. So yeah.
Okay. You're also in Pune, right?
Right.
Currently.
Yeah.
I'm also in Pune, so I can
Wow.
relate to that. Yes, yes.
Oh,
Mumbai is much more better in that, because here the cold and even overall environment is quite chilly,
yes,
So
chilly.
take care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. So again, resuming back to this functional requirement, you understand. Uh, while you guys were understanding the user stories, tell me, user story is subset of what?
Epic.
Epic.
Epics.
Absolutely right. And the method to write a user story is always to follow certain format. Okay. And that you saw in format this three things. Okay. So there are three variables and three constant. Okay. So what three things will be constant in this user story? Can someone tell me? Who can tell me what are three items which will remain constant in this user story writing format?
As
Actor, act, impact.
I want so that.
Yeah. The one who said as a I want, so that it has to be remain unchanged. These will remain constant. But what will vary? The actor will vary, action will vary, and impact will vary. Got it? So user story is always written from the user perspective point of view, and that's the reason it is called as user story. Got it? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant. Now, here you see the one user story. Okay. Now, here, what is changing, you should understand. As a flyer or as a frequent flyer, I want to view my past trips. You see, nothing changed in user story example 1, and line 2. Did anything change? Nothing changed. Yeah. And the last line changes. In last line, it says that in the first user story, so that I can find out how much LTA I can claim. In the second user story, it says that so that I can find out how many miles I have earned. Okay. So someone can think, why I can't club two user stories together? Why can't I say like this as a flyer? I want to view my past trips so that I can find out my LTA claim and how much miles I have earned. Okay. Why I'm saying? Because many people do this mistake of writing or clubbing to user story. So why you should not club to user story? Can someone tell me why I can't combine these two outcome together?
Those are
I
two different requirements, right? That need to be developed and tested
Yeah.
separately.
So correct, but still, these are two different requirements. You are absolutely right. I have seen many people initially in the learning phase, they come up with these mistakes and they club them together. So they are advised not to do so. Imagine in case you club them, what may happen? I mean, two different requirements, but still you are trying to club them together. What may happen? You can write, right? As a flyer, I want to view my past trips. so that I can find out my LTA I can claim and miles I have earned. So why I should not write like that? What may happen? By writing this way, what may happen? That's my question. Because when you understand the impact, when you understand the repercussion, then only you may avoid certain uh, issues, right? Certain problem. Otherwise, you will attract the problem. So why you should not do that?
So the development team won't be able to identify, the two, like as two separate requirements, and then how will that come in the final product, right? Like, because claiming LTA and then finding out how much miles I've earned are totally two different things. So
Right.
ultimately, it's going to impact the final application.
Yeah. So see, the chances are they may develop both the requirement. So that's not a problem. It may happen that they may, okay, develop both the requirement. What else may happen which can be negative? That I'm asking.
More time consuming?
Okay. When I say they may develop both the requirement, what else may happen? If they may
Sai,
develop, that is good.
yeah, in the instance that both of them are not developed, or they need to be go into the next sprint, the requirements need to be separated out, right?
You said if both of them are not developed. It means that if they may develop, it means they may also not develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a bigger risk. It may
Mm.
develop or may not be developed. So if get developed, that's good, but I can't take a risk on if they may not get developed. Okay, that will be
Exactly.
bigger risk. Customer will become mad on it. So always think when you are clubbing two user stories, kind of a sin in my eyes. Okay, as a product owner, I would say that you are doing the biggest sin as an engineering team of losing a requirement what is quite evident to required to be developed, which customer is tempting or paying us to have it, and we are not giving value or importance to them. Okay, so always remember, not only your impact or action item has to be separated, also if imagine you go to a travel agency and travel agency says that okay, I will book your ticket and I will be booking your ticket from XYZ Airlines, okay, yes, or Fly Agile Airlines. And he asks you that on which airline you were trying to book your ticket. You also say Fly Agile Airlines. He says, okay, sounds good. But I'll be checking your how much miles you have earned, uh, not using your account. Okay, I'll be using by my account. So, as a frequent flyer, I want to view my past trip so that I can find out how many miles I have earned. Is your one user story. Okay, now the person who is going to check as an agent, okay, so as an agent, I want to view my customer's past trip so that I can find out how many miles my customer has earned. Okay, so can I not club both the things because outcome is the same? Tell me, can I not club both the user story? Not this one. I have kept it separate. Okay, I am not talking about this one. I'm talking about now this one. Okay, I'm talking about this one. So you have created your user story. This you have pre-written for yourself. Now you come to me. Imagine I am travel agency earning a lot of money by helping my customer, and now I say that okay, as an agent, I want to view my customer's past trip so that I can find out how much miles she has earned. Okay, so should I be writing a separate user story? Tell. Who can give me this answer? Should I write the separate user story?
Yes.
Okay, why should I write separate user story? Aarti, Dhara, Priyanka, Seep, Shruti, Summati, Sweta, Vijaya. Why should I be writing separate user story?
Sorry, Gaurav, can you repeat the question, please?
The question is that I have already written a user story for myself. I visit to my agent and say that, okay, I'm not able to find out my mile. Help me. So he said that, okay, show me the user story. And now he is the agent. So as an agent, he wants to view my past trip so that I can find out my miles I have earned. So he will be using his login. But for that particular reason, should I be writing the separate user story? Anushi said yes, and I asked why. So that's the
So,
question, Seep.
for the um for
Who
the
is
agent
answering? Sweta or
to
Seep? Who
the
is answering?
this is Shweta.
Okay,
So
Sweta, just wait a second. Let Seep finish because she asked the question.
oh, okay,
And
sorry.
yeah, not a problem. Then we'll come to you. Yeah, Seep, go ahead.
Yeah, so Gaurav, so it's for the miles, right? So I feel we should write a separate user story for that.
Why? It is for miles. That's the reason. Both are targeting to check for the miles only. Why I should be writing separate user story?
It makes sense. It's the same thing. So then we shouldn't write.
Okay, wait now for another answer. Thank you for trying to attempt. So yeah, Sweta, go ahead.
So according to the acceptance criteria, we should also be able to validate the miles. So this user story does not validate the miles. So we should have another user story that validates the miles too.
Okay, fine, good attempt. Anyone else want to try to answer me that, see, as a frequent flyer, I want to view my past trip so that I can find out how many miles I have earned. Imagine I am not able to find it. I approach to a travel agency. Now, travel agency has to find it, and one user story becomes like this. As an agent, I want to view my client's past trip so that I can find out how many miles she has earned. Why should I be writing separate user story for that is my question. Who can answer?
Those are two different logins, right? As a
Yes, Anushri.
uh,
You
as
are
a user,
absolutely, yeah,
as
you
a
are
flyer, you have a different login. As a
agent, you will have different login.
agent, you have a different login. So that itself
Brilliant.
is a different
It's,
requirement.
yeah, absolutely right, Anushri. Thank you so much for listening well. And because you listened it well, you came up with the right answer. Yes. So when I say that it is two different requirement, it means that there is something which are differentiating. Either it is action, either it is impact, or either it is uh, user, right? So in the first place, when I ask user varied, if user is varying, different user story. If action is varying, different user story. If impact is varying, different user story. Always make sure that you are right. You will be writing different user story for every single variable. Is it clear, Seep, Sweta? Both of you? Why did I write why
Yeah,
will
yeah,
I
Yes.
yeah,
write separate user story? Cool.
yeah.
Now, if you have understood it well, now uh, I'm helping you to understand the user story in a deeper level so that you can take up the homework which I'm going to give it to you. Okay. So you are in bank. Okay. You are in a bank. Okay. And in bank, tell me few users. Who all will be users in bank?
Customers.
Okay. Customer.
The
Okay, fine.
teller, the manager.
Customer, tailor,
Taylor.
manager. Who else? Okay. So as of now, we'll take these four people. No, three only. Give me one more. Give me one more. Customer, tailor, manager. Who else?
HR.
Okay. Anyone else? I don't want to write HR.
Client representative. Huh.
Okay. Okay. RM is there. So tailor, manager, cashier, you can tell, but also I'm taking RM. Okay. Relationship manager nowadays is there. Right. Relationship manager. So now tell me, what customer can do that tailor 2 can do, manager 2 can do, and RM 2 can do?
They can all make an account and use that account to log in into their account and see what's going on, or make an um, mm, deposit, or get money from the bank, transfer
Withdraw.
money.
Transactions.
Okay, okay. All of them, what you said, can do, but at the same time, they can also check your balance, customer balance. Yeah,
Yes.
the
Yes.
easiest thing I am taking. Customer can check their balance if they have got the kiosk. Okay. Tailor can see the customer's balance too. Manager can too see customer's balance. RM too can see customer balance, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So here you see that I can have 4 different user story for just checking the balance, right? Yes or no? As
Yes.
a customer, I
Yeah.
want to check my account balance so that I can take the decision on withdrawal. Tailor, I want to see, as a tailor, I want to see my customer's balance so that I can give them decision on cash withdrawal. As a manager, I can see my customers account balance so that I can give them decision on cash withdrawal. As a manager, I can see my customers bank balance so that I can give them decision on uh, cash withdrawal. As a RM, I can see my customers account balance so that I can give them decision on cash withdrawal. Now when you see that there are 4 different users, the 4 user story was made. Now seeing that only one employee is there, manager is there, okay, and manager can check the customer balance, manager can give the decision of loan approval, right, and manager can give help to do a fund transfer. Yes or no? Can he do that for his customer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So how many user story will become? So as a manager, I want to see my customers balance so that I can give them decision on cash withdrawal. As a manager, I want to do my customers loan approval so that I can help him to disburse the same. Okay. As a bank manager, uh, I want to do fund transfer for my customers so that his fund gets added to the beneficiary. Okay, you see here the actions are differing. Okay, actions are differing, impact is differing. Even though uh, fund transfer, if you'll take, okay, so that money gets transferred, okay, money get transferred so that uh, so here fund transfer is initiated so that money gets transferred, cash deposit is done so that money gets transferred, okay, and what else? Sweep in is one activity. Okay, sweep in is done so that money gets transferred. Okay, so 3 different action, one impact, and one user. Now imagine all remaining other 3 people, 2 people also needs to do the similar action. We will have more such user story pertaining all these 3 action, and one common, same common, impact. Now, if impact is changing, again, we will have more user story. Does it make more sense to you? Are you able to understand, guys, what I'm saying?
Yes.
If actors are
Yes.
increasing, increased user story will be created. If action is increasing, increased user story will be created. If impact is increasing, increased user story will be created. In any such case where actor, action, and impact are changing, then user story has to change. Does it make sense to all of you? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Great.
Yes.
Now you tell me, looking at this, okay? This is one of the user story. Now every user story has to have this, okay? Acceptance criteria, that you can see that how it is written like this, okay? When you are checking your account balance, or of course you are authenticating by providing your username, password. So you are checking for the corrective username, corrective password. You are making sure when you are booking your ticket for airlines, you can see that during that whether you can search airlines or not, where you can search destination or not, where you can search the source station or not. So these all are additional factor you happen to check while you are checking one user story. So like here you see that multiple acceptance criteria is written. Apart from writing acceptance criteria, you can also write the workflow which you are going to learn, that how to create some diagrams that you will add in your user story. The diagram will be also called as mockups. Some test data you can provide, okay, for tester to check any algorithm or business rule you want to check. You want to mention them as well in the along with the user story. Now these are the additional thing as a part of user story. Now coming back over here, you need to understand this thing. Here it mentions one simple user story example. As a registered frequent flyer of Fly Agile Airlines, I want to book my tickets through Fly Agile Airlines so that I can gain my miles. And while the person is gaining the miles, he is having the acceptance criteria. Now, if you look at this table, you need to transfer the entire data points into the user story. How will you do that? So you see that as a Fly Agile Airlines, I want to travel to this distance, up to this distance in economy class as a bronze member. So again, I will rephrase it. As a Fly Agile bronze member, I want to travel into the economy class up to 1,000 kilometers so that I can claim 50% kilometer count. Okay? With me so far? Now, if you will go and read every single grid, turning them into the user story, who can tell me how much minimum user story count you may have? When you are translating this entire table into user story, how many minimum user story you can have? Who can tell that? How many membership you see?
15 user stories?
Okay, good try. Now, try to understand like this. How many users, how many membership you have?
3.
3.
3.
Is it 18?
Is it
Yeah. Who said
18?
18? Who said 18?
Sumati, myself.
Yeah, Sumit. Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, if you see how many membership?
3 memberships.
3 membership.
Three
Into how
membership.
many classes?
2.
2. Into how many distance segments?
Three.
3. 3
Yeah.
category. So, 3 into 2 into 3, how many user story?
18. Yeah.
18 user story. So minimum 18 user story you have to write without changing the format. The moment you change the format, your user story will not be accepted. The moment you club the user story with any of the operator, that could be and operator or operator, your user story will not be accepted. We will accept the user story with this format along with if you will have the acceptance criteria. We will also accept the user story if you will provide some extra information. We will also accept the user story if they are coming with the bare minimum format only. Okay. But if you are pouring these items as well, we will accept very happily your user story and let it pass. So this is now your time to start writing user story. Do you think you can give it a try and try to attempt to write the user story against these grid, these table? Can you give it a shot, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah? So this is going to be your homework that you are going to submit into the WhatsApp group, okay? Which we will verify whether you have written right or not. If you have not written right, we will point it out. If you have written right, we will give you feedback towards the end when we receive all the 10, 11 participants user story in the group. Got it? Those who have done the mistake, they will immediately get the feedback. Those who have not done this mistake and they have written it well, they will get the feedback after all 12 results will be submitted. Got it? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is going to be your homework that you are going to submit into the WhatsApp group. Any question around it? Yes, no?
Oh, what about the bank manager, the bank example that we were speaking about? Is that also an assignment?
No, that was not. That was, I was giving you to understand.
Oh, okay, so this is the assignment.
This is the assignment. Okay. Anyone
Mhm.
can take the screenshot of this entire thing and can drop into the WhatsApp group. Who is going to take the screenshot of it? Tell me your name.
I can do it.
Tell me your name.
Shweta.
Shweta, yeah. So Shweta is going to take the screenshot of this. She will be putting it into the WhatsApp group and we are going to refer it to it. And then we will do the assignment for it. And this has to be done by everyone. So do you all promise that by next week this assignment will be ready?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great. We'll see. Okay, who comes up with the assignment completed. And yes, Sweta, please take the screenshot and paste it into the group. Let me know once you are done.
I've taken the screenshot.
You have taken the screenshot. Great. Superb. And she will be pasting it.
I
So,
just did.
yeah, great. So, if no question, and looking at the time, I think before we move to the next, let me see if I can finish it off. So, here you see that I'm going to write, we are just not doing the definition of done. We are also doing, we were doing sprint review with the highest quality. And for that, it is necessary that you perform everything that requires to be done before deploying the software. Okay. You will make sure that there is no technical debt. Now, what is technical debt? We will understand soon. You will make sure there is no defect, or if there is a defect that is known, you will see that what you're deploying has been unit test covered. It has gotten its maintainability index. We will talk about it in the next slide. Test driven development has been done. Okay, design principle is meeting. Defined coding standard, like identified in tools. There are various tools, we will be looking at that. So this slide says that quality is largely aligned to coding language, rapid application development, which is also known as RAD. Okay, RAD. RAD is kind of also known as ROD. Okay, that I'm telling you to understand. ROD, the full form is release on demand. Like when you do ROD, you can apply only if the application is RAD, means rapid application development, where uh, there are fast moving, fast changing requirement is coming and fast delivery is happening. Okay, so for that, what you can do, you can apply RAD. Okay, RAD is the combined methodology with Agile, and that gives liberty to frequent releases. Okay, so it says that quality is largely aligned to the coding language and rapid application development technical tools to build the product. Quality is owned by the development team to ensure that the product is of the maximum quality, and these quality standards can be subjective and can also data driven, so that you have tested every single requirement by putting certain right data into that and tested that it is still passing, it is still functioning. So quality, for quality, who will be responsible? Tell me. Who is responsible for the quality of the product?
The development team.
The development team. Absolutely right. The entire team, not just alone QA, but also the coders, BA, architect, every single person who are the part of the development team are going to be responsible for the quality. Quality is not just one person's responsibility. While we are talking about this, in the quality, we also cover the NFRs. The full form of NFR is what?
Non-functional requirement.
Functional requirement.
Non-functional requirement. Here we check various parameter, whether the application becomes available all the time, whether whenever it is required, it can be upgradable, it can be maintainable. When put maximum users on the application, still it performs well. It is reliable. Okay, it can be upgraded, as I said, that it is scalable. Instead of 1,000, I can move it towards the 2,000 users load as well. It's always in every single environment usable. It is compliance friendly, legal friendly, and it is security proof. Okay, you just don't inject or profile, or you just don't go ahead and um, break the security of this particular application, like by injecting some you know um, garbage value, or simply you can check it by you're copying the URL and pasting it into the different browser, and you are reaching to the same page. It should not happen. So this is a quick check on the security. So these all things, if it supports, it means that it is indicating towards the high quality maintenance as well. So there are multiple parameter. What we are going to do is that when we will come back tomorrow, we will be looking at various indexes, various maintainability, and various uh, criteria, that in different stages, how we can define the definition of done. So far whatever you have learned, so that is mentioned, was mentioned until 2020 in the definition of done. Okay, with me so far, everyone? Not in definition of done, sorry, scrum.org. Got it,
Yes.
everyone?
Yes.
Yes, no? So after looking at the time, quick one. So I'm taking your attendance like this by going through, calling out your name, asking one thing you feel like saying, whether you understanding it well, looking forward to understanding more, and were you able to digest whatever was served to you in your plate. How was it for you? Let me hear from who interacted more. So let me hear from Sweta. What do you feel like saying after today's session?
I feel a little confident, maybe. It
Yeah.
was very interactive. I enjoyed the session today.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sweta, for sharing that. Let's hear from Anushri. Anushri, what do you feel like saying?
It was a really nice session, and to understand user stories uh, in detail, that was really
Yeah.
informative.
Yes. Thank you so much, Anushri. Glad that you could get it. Let's hear from Seep. Seep, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, hi Gaurav. I think today's session was great because there were more practical examples. So the bank example and how to formulate a user story, those examples were really, really helpful. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Seep. Glad that you got it. Let's hear from Aarti. Aarti, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, today's session was good. as I'm not feeling good, but I listen. Then tomorrow I will revise the recording.
Okay,
But
get
I
well soon,
understand
Aarti.
everything. I close my
Yeah.
eyes, but I listen everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
please take care, Aarti. Health
Okay.
first. Yeah, take care.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. Vijaya, what do you feel like saying? Vijaya, I know that you did not participate, but yeah, this time you can. You can answer at least. I think we generally see Vijay's text. So look forward to see your text, Vijaya, then. Okay, let's move next to Dara. Dara, what do you feel like saying?
I understand about the user story for today with the example and everything, but let's see how I do it in homework assignment.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. The good one. Thank you so much, Dara. Let's hear from Shruti. Shruti, thank you for participation as well. Yeah, what do you feel like saying? We saw your comment too in the chat.
I believe a good lesson in how to frame user stories.
Okay. Okay. So just your voice came and went down, so could not hear well. Would you mind articulating again? What did you say?
Hello?
Yeah, Shruti.
Yeah, all right, so sorry for the audio problems.
Not a
So I,
problem.
yes, so what I said was it was a great lesson in how to frame user stories. And I believe, practicing how to write it in person would definitely
Yeah.
make us more perfect. So I'm looking forward to doing the homework.
Yes, 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 Shruti. Thank you so much for that committing. And yeah, let's go and hear from Priyanka. Priyanka, what do you feel like saying?
It was a good session and a little complicated for me. I want to say re-session again the recordings.
Yeah, please.
Please send me the recording and I'll repeat once again.
Yes. Yes,
And
please watch the recording so that you can
yeah,
have the boosted confidence to do the homework. Yeah, thank you so much.
yes,
Let's hear
thank
from
you.
Sumati. You're welcome. Sumati, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, today's session it was very interactive, especially with the examples. It was more understandable. So looking forward to do the assignment
Homework.
and see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Sumati, for that.
thank you.
And let me give it one more shot to Vijaya. Vijaya, you are there. Vijaya Raghavan.
Yes, sorry, Gaurav.
Yeah,
I think there was an issue with the network.
not a problem. Yeah,
Can
please
you
tell
hear
me.
me now?
Yes, very much loud and clear now. Thank you. Yeah, what do you feel like saying after today's learning? How was it for you? Were you able
Yeah,
to understand, get it, and relate it?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a very in-depth learning about definition of done and user stories and what all parameters that we do while doing the user stories. And as the others also said, I'm also looking forward to do the assignment,
Yeah,
Gaurav.
so that's what where I was coming. So I'm expecting assignment done from you all as well. Thank you so much, Vijay, for sharing that, and thank you all for participating, learning, and committing that you are going to do the assignment. I'm glad. Looking forward. We'll be sharing the recording very soon. Give me always bandwidth of 48 hours to revert with the recording because a lot of things goes on by the different teammates and department. They give me back the recording and then I make it available for you. So lot many work goes behind and then it becomes available. So thank you so much everyone for tuning. Today
Gaurav,
we are
I have a
going to talk
question.
again on Sunday. All of you can drop off and let me hear Dara. Yeah, Dara, go ahead.
I sent a message on group message too that can you send the recording for day 5, 1st December, I guess.
Okay, let me check that. If it has not come or it has missed, I'll check, look at it, and we'll share that. Okay, Dara.
And one
Anything
more
else?
thing, yes, I think I emailed you about the Jira project that I did. I don't know. I didn't send you in the groups. I was like, I just
Okay,
want to
okay,
know like if I
okay.
can email you or not. No, I did very bad, but still.
You have sent me email when?
Couple of weeks. I mean, 2 weeks ago when you assigned the Jira project.
Okay. Are you part of my team or Prerna's team? I'm just checking. Who is your primary stakeholder?
HR, right? Nutan Rai.
No, no. Who is your primary stakeholder? You are coming from the last
Last
batch,
20
right?
batch,
Yeah.
20. I
So
just
the
started, yeah.
first batch was Shruti was there, and another Dev was there. So you were part of whose team? The Shruti or Dev?
No, I started with this batch.
Okay, you started with this batch.
Yeah.
So okay, wait a second. Every one of you can drop off. Let me talk to Dhara. Dhara, you stay back, please. Yeah.
Sure.
So, so that I can understand what is the problem related to this. So thank you so much, everyone. Aarti, Sweta, Seep, Shruti, you can drop off.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Thank you. Thank you all.